What's up, everybody? Frankie5152 here. And here it is with our weekly fantasy football stardom, situm, and last week recap. And as you can see right there, I have an F on my score. I left way too many points on my bench. Missed my projected total by a lot. Ben Hombre also missed his projected total, but was a lot closer than I was. So let's look at where we missed some points. I started Ben Roethlisberger, thought he'd do well against that Chicago defense. No, only 14 points. Where I sat Matt Ryan because I didn't want to root against the Lions. I was a little bit of a homer there. But I only missed out on 3.5 points. So that's not too bad. So that brings me up to 79, still a loss. Keenan Allen, who I was going, there's no way he's leaving my starting spot right now. Only scored 8.6 to his projected 13. And, well, Chris Hogan, who I took off, scored 20 points. And I replaced him with Davante Adams. Who only scored 7.5. So right there, missing 13 points? 79 plus 13. All of a sudden now it's close. Now it's 92 to 94. Travis Kelce. I don't know what happened there. 0.6 points. Was, what do you have, 21 last week? Some players just have bad weeks. Not much you could do with it. Philadelphia's defense, who I had picked up just for this week, only scored 4 to the projected 9 against the New York Giants. But I started him over Carolina, who got 0 points, so that's a win there. Made the choice correctly there. T.Y. Hilton exploded against Cleveland with 27 points, way outscoring his projected 10. And I thought about starting. So, looks like he's getting some usage with the Jacoby Brissett. Wow, just an awesome game last week. So there's no telling what to do. And now this week he is heading to Seattle, so I think I'm still going to leave him on my bench. But if he continues to improve with Jacoby Brissett, then he will find his way back to the starting roster. Jamal Charles, who actually thought about starting over Mike Gilsey. I think it's Mike, right? Mike or Matt. It's Mike. Got it right this time. I see you out there, Whitey. Who had his worst week so far. He couldn't find the end zone. Rushed 12 times for 31 yards. So, it happens. If he finds the end zone, he's going to have a great week. If he doesn't, he won't. Tough matchup in Carolina this week. I don't think I'm quite ready to start Jamal Charles, even though he and C.J. Anderson are splitting. But he just happened to find the end zone this week. And like it says right here, has yet to see more than 10 touches. So, that's whether he finds the end zone or not. I feel more confident with Mike than I do with him. Ty Montgomery had an average week. It happens. He had Devontae Freeman, who I figured would have a big week, and Ezekiel Elliott on the rebound from that Denver game. All right. Oops. So here we go. We get Latrine Shithouse today. Well, this week. Well, starting today. Because we have Green Bay at Chicago, I believe. No, it's Chicago at Green Bay. Tonight at 8:25 is kickoff. I'm going to leave Davante Adams on the bench this week. He only had 3 catches. And then, does not seem like you got it. So he had a big week, then he had that weak week. So it's hard to say. I mean, he had 6 points, then he had 20 points, went back to 7. Is this going to be another one of those 20 weeks? It's hard to tell. But I'm going to leave my faith in the Keenan Allen, Michael Thomas, and Chris Hogan. They seem to be the more consistent producers. Leaving Ty Montgomery in because I think he probably hopefully has a big game. Gets things back under control. Along with Travis Kelce. I need him to get his act together for Monday Night Football. Find the end zone. I had a roster alert saying Philadelphia has dropped in so many parts of the league. They're going up to San Diego. No, Los Angeles. Sorry. They're the Los Angeles Chargers now. But I'm not starting them. I'm not going to start the Carolina defense over Philadelphia. They're going to New England, so not doing that one. And then I looked at the waiver wire, and there wasn't really any defenses that caught my eye. So I'm just going to tough it out with Philadelphia this week. Ben Roethlisberger, I'm sitting him this week. He has a tough match against Baltimore. Yes, Baltimore got stomped in England, but I think Baltimore has that comeback game with a vengeance. It's in Baltimore. They got embarrassed over in London. So I think they come out, defense plays ball, and I think they might actually shut down Pittsburgh a little bit. So I am definitely sitting him. Theo Riddick, Jamal Charles, Cole Beasley might be a drop here in a couple of weeks if I can find something to just pick up instead of him. I'm not really feeling anything he's doing lately. He's not seeing a lot of targets. So I don't know what's going on with him. So Dak Prescott against the Raiders. Tough matchup, but that offensive line, as long as it gets healthy, will be strong. Carson Palmer versus San Francisco. I like that start over that. I don't know why I'm giving my opponent some advice. You probably wouldn't listen to me anyway, and that's probably smart because right now I'm sitting at 1-2. Not where I want to be. I'm only in 5th place, though. I went from 4th to 5th, so not too bad of a drop, but it's getting close. Amari Cooper, hopefully he can be healthy for Oakland. Marshawn Lynch in Denver, that would be a good game. Eric Ebron, I wish you could catch the frickin' ball. That'd be fantastic. Well, he seems to max out about 4 or 5 catches a game. So it's just whether he finds the end zone or not for one of those catches. Or if he just drops it on the ground. I like Jordy Nelson versus Chicago. That's going to be a great matchup there for him. And Mixon, he's been doing well, and hopefully he'll really show off in Cleveland. That young defense in Cleveland has not put things together. They got tore up by T.Y. Hilton last week, so. Demaryius Thomas, I'd love to start him, but he's a hit and miss. Unfortunately, feast or famine kind of guy. I like Tom Brady to score a lot of points versus Carolina at home. I like how we have Cleveland and Cincinnati's running back versus each other. That'll be fun. I don't know if Sammy Watkins will have very much luck against Dallas. Alex Hearns could have a big night in New York. I'm going to go with Good Swallow. Gerald Queef and Crazy Eyes. We got Kirk Cousins Monday night against Kansas City. Going to be a rough matchup. That defense is looking good. Russell Wilson versus Indiana. I still don't trust Russell Wilson in that offense. I know they actually scored some points last week. Yeah, versus Tennessee, he scored some points. I didn't see that game coming. I mean, 8, 17, and then all of a sudden 44. Crazy game. 4 passing touchdowns. Is that 44 points, right? That's crazy. Did not see that coming. Tyreek Williams, is that it? Tyrell. I hope he doesn't steal any catches away from my guy. That's all I gotta say. Odell Beckham looks to be back into shape here, so finally healthy. Howard's been feast or famine as well so far this year. But not too many changes I think I would make. Maybe Alex Smith against Washington, but that's a tough matchup Monday night. That is a tough matchup Monday night. Well, at least they've both scored 40 points so far this year. Yeah, I'd probably go Russell Wilson versus Indiana then there, so. And with that being said, Julio versus Buffalo. I think I'm going with PQ here. Trevor Siemian starting against Oakland. Drew Brees versus Miami. I like that matchup for both those quarterbacks. Daniel Sanders, Michael Crabtree, Doug Baldwin, Brady Cooks, Le'Veon Bell, Christian McCaffrey. That's a tough one in New England. He only has Frank Gore. He doesn't have a... Oh, yeah, he has David Johnson on IR. And he's sitting LeGarrette Blount. He's finally sitting LeGarrette Blount. But he's going to wait until against Seattle. That's a tough matchup. But Gronk against Carolina with Drew Brees. I'm going to go with In Wentz We Trust. Bad Hombre versus your girlfriend's keeper. Zeke Elliott against the Raiders. Rams. My apologies. Devontae Freeman, Buffalo. Willie Snead. Willie Snead's it's tough whether he gets catches or not from week to week. I like Parker versus New Orleans. Pryor versus Kansas City's tough. I think Carson Wentz has a good game against the Chargers defense. I think Aaron Rodgers has a good game against Chicago. Mike Evans has a great game against the Giants, I think, even though they will try to tough him up. Play tough against him. Brighton, Baltimore. I don't know how this week will go for Pittsburgh. I like Baltimore's defense this week to rebound. Ty Gurley against that Dallas defense probably runs over them. And I hope Philadelphia stops Melvin Gordon because that helps my team if they do. I don't like Minnesota's defense versus Detroit. Detroit finds a way to find the end zone. And the Raiders versus Dallas, that's going to be a tough matchup in the defense, but there's not a lot of defenses I like out there this week anyway. Nice that Kelvin Benjamin could get healthy to help Cam Newton out. Interesting choice in tight ends there. I would actually start Allen this week, but would I start him over Ezekiel Elliott? No. Or Devontae Freeman? No. So I'm going to have to look up Bad Hombre and might talk about getting one of those running backs. Your girlfriend's keeper should probably do the same thing. I mean, not your girlfriend, but in Wentz We Trust. Should probably do the same thing. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I think this goes to your girlfriend's keepers. That would be my best guess for this week. I'm looking to rebound and get back to 500 because that would be important to me. See me there in fifth place. But one win brings me back to 500 and right back into it. I know I'm playing the 0-3 guy, but that's usually where I end up losing. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys Sunday. Good luck.